Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video because it is going to be a first impressions and swatches on the Kaleidos Club Nebula palette that Angelica Nyqvist did. I hope I pronounced her name okay. I love watching Angie's channel so much, and when I saw the palette that she created with Kaleidos, I knew I really wanted to make the order. I've never tried Kaleidos before, and it has been an indie brand on my list to try. I bought this as like a birthday present to myself as it did launch in January. They did have a restock that sold out in like 2 or 3 minutes, but they have said they hope to do another restock in April. And I was kind of thinking, if you guys were interested, that I could do a 3 looks 1 palette and have it go up in April around the restock. If that's something that you would be interested in, just let me know. I'm excited to do more of this style of video on my channel, so I would love your feedback in the comments. I have another palette that I hope to do a similar type of thing with in the coming weeks. But that's enough rambling. Let's get into play with this palette. I also did get a highlighter from Kaleidos, and maybe I will try this on a little later. I got the shade Star Surfer, which is the more pinky toned one. What is my hair doing? I am going to keep this box. I think it's so beautiful. It will probably end up in my background somehow. I'll just set it here for now. But the box that it came in was really beautiful. This is like the unicarton box that the actual palette came in. Now mine did have one completely broken shade, and then one was like on the verge of breaking, and those were Firefly right here. I tried my best to repress it. I think I did a pretty decent job, as well as Celestial had like cracking all around the edges. It looked like it was just about to pop out, but that's why my palette may look a little messy. But this is what the palette looks like. A lot of colorful mattes, which are Angie's favorite. There's some duochromes. When I look at this, I'm so inspired by all of the colors. I already have like a mental list of all the combinations I want to try. This says it's a ultra pigmented, highly blendable, multi-chromatic, future formal shadows for freestyle elegance. Wow. It includes 2 multi-chromes, 3 sparkling duochromes, 1 sparkling metallic shade, and 9 highly pigmented matte shades. So before I do an eye look, I did ask on Instagram what shades I should play with first, and it was really funny. For the first like while, literally every reply was a completely different shade. And then, I mean, there eventually, like, there were some repeats, but I just found that so funny. So let us swatch the shades first. So first up we have Firefly. This one, it's a little chunkier than maybe it would have been otherwise, because like I said, I did have to repress it, so it's a bit loose in the pan. It is like green and pink. And then we have 7 of 9, which is a matte light blue. And then Gravity is this beautiful lime green shade. It's a bit more like grungy than bright, if that makes sense. Let's see. I am not used to doing this style of video, so please, any constructive criticism is welcome. That's kind of a sheer base on Firefly, but you can see hopefully the green and pink. I will do a close-up of my swatches as well. This is 7 of 9, a light blue. I'm already noticing my swatches are very crooked. And then Gravity is that lime green shade. Next, I'm going to swatch Queen of Blades, Void, and You're My Only Hope. So Queen of Blades is like a matte teal. Void is a navy blue. Look at that pigment. Holy smokes. And then You're My Only Hope is another one. I don't know if it's the multi-chrome or a duochrome, but it looks lilac in the pan, and then there's like a blue shift to it. Queen of Blades, Void, and You're My Only Hope. Next, I'm going to swatch Naru, Astro, and Rock Hopper. Naru is a cool toned matte. Astro is a duochrome, like blue to purple. And Rock Hopper is a super cool toned purpley gray. So that's Naru. It's like slightly less pigmented than the others. I feel like it's also lighter, but Astro, I thought this would have more of a base color to it. All these shimmery shades seem more like toppers so far. And then Rock Hopper. Cylon, Celestial, and Nova are the ones I'm going to do next. Wow. Okay, Nova looks kind of greenish gold in my viewfinder for you guys now, but for me, I can see a really intense pink shift to it. You can't see that. Cylon is a deep purple matte. Celestial, wow, is like peach and pink and a bit of purple. Love that. And then Nova is like blue and gold and pink. These are like my first experience with true multi-chromes, and they're so beautiful. I am getting follow. I don't know if you can see like in the crook of my elbow when I'm swatching these. Definitely gonna have to work on my swatches because I'm running out of room. This is stunning so far. These multi-chromes, amazing. Like, can you see them? Like, maybe you can see them on my fingers a little bit more. Can you see that flip? I don't know if you can. Okay, we have 3 more shades, and these are the shades that I think I'm going to focus on for my eye look today. Wow, what a mess. Hopefully this comes out. And that is Samus, Nebula, and Red Giant. Samus is a peachy matte. Nebula is a red to orange duochrome, and then Red Giant is a deep red matte shade. So we have Samus, Nebula, we're all going all the way to the elbow, and Red Giant. Ooh, that was a really messy swatch all the way up my arm. Here we go. I'm super impressed with how pigmented these mattes are, and I'm really excited to experience my first multi-chromes with these colors. Here is, let me turn down my light actually, a closer look at the swatches. And here is a look at them with my bright lights. They go right up my arm really awkwardly. Okay, now that we got the swatches out of the way, I do need to work on that. I know I'm going to keep practicing and trying. Let's hop into a look. Like I mentioned, my friend Julia really wanted me to play with these, like this row down here, which especially since I know I need to film a video again after this, I think I am going to play a bit more on the safe side, but I have so many. I literally started a note in my phone of all the combinations I have been thinking of. So definitely let me know if you want to see more looks before the second restock. But let's zoom in and just do a quick eye look to test it out. Oh, I did want to mention the short time that those swatches were on my arm, they did stain. This was with micellar water. And I mean, my arm is pretty stained. I do have my eyes primed with my Milani eye base. So first I'm going to go into the shade Samus, this peachy matte shade on. This is a Moda BMX 430 crease brush. I am not used to doing tutorials, but I do want to do more of this style of video on my channel, of course, assuming it does well. I am building this up a bit in my crease. This is going to act a bit more like a transition, I think, but it is blending out pretty well. Pigmented, blends easily, can't ask for much more than that. Like I mentioned before, this is my first experience with Kaleidos. The mirror in this palette, I'm using the mirror in here, is actually really good. To deepen up my outer corner, I'm going to take Red Giant right here on a Luxie 231 small tapered blending brush. Ooh, this one is pigmented and I know it stains because of the swatches on my arm. I am going to bring this right up into the outer half of my crease as well. For such a deep shade, it is blending pretty easily. I'm going to take that Moda brush I used in my crease to just, no extra product, just to blend over it. I think I need a hair clip. Super cute. I just need to get my hair out of my way so I can actually blend this eyeshadow. But honestly, it's blending pretty easily for me. I don't usually blend like right here until after I get my shimmer laid down, so I can hear Wyatt asking Jeremy, my husband, if he can play Minecraft because mom isn't here and she can't see. Aha. Very interesting. There is some kick up in the pan. That doesn't really bother me. I've just been trying to like use the kick up instead of blowing it away. But I've had no trouble blending these eyeshadows. I really like how warm it is. Even for like such a deep red shade, I feel like it doesn't scare me away or anything. I like that quite a bit. I'm going to put Nebula on my lid. This is that like peachy red duochrome. I'm going to use the Luxie 209 large shader. I don't usually wet my brush, but I may switch to my finger. Yeah, it's not really wanting to pick up too much on my brush. But I want to try this first. I'm just going to put this all over my lid. That is really beautiful. I'm going to do the same on the other side, but then I think I am going to go over it with some more on my finger. Because it's not quite as opaque as I would like. But it is really beautiful. Yeah, see how much more intense that is after going over it with my finger. I don't know if you can pick up on the like hot pink and peachy duochrome that this has. It's so interesting to look at. Like I said, this is my first true experience with like multi-chromes or more iridescent type of duochromes. I think I've only used like the stereotypical blue-brown type of one before, and I'm really excited. For my lower lash line, I'm just going to do the same thing that I did in my top crease. I'm going to take Red Giant. This is a Luxie 217 pencil brush on the very outer, probably outer half. And then Samus, the peachy shade, to put all over my lower lash line and kind of blend them together. I wish I had like a red eyeliner. I think that would look really cool with this eye look, but alas, I do not. I'm then just going to wipe off what's on this pencil brush and use it with Nova on my inner corners. Whoa. Can you tell how like multi-dimensional this shade is? It's like pink to a purpley blue to like a white goldish kind of color. I'm gonna blend that up a bit because I think that shade is just so interesting. Wow. Okay, I'm going to pop off, do my mascara, and then I will be right back to test out the highlighter. Now I'd like to test out the Star Surfer highlighter that, oh, plastic came out, I tossed in on my order. These are only $14 US. This looks to be a pale pink shade. Very beautiful. I'm going to use this Bogacci illuminator with it. This could be a mistake. I'm using my viewfinder. Nope, can't do that. I feel like it's actually not really emphasizing my texture. Like obviously you can see I have a lot of texture, but it's not making it look even worse than it already does in real life, if you know what I mean. I did have a little bit of a highlight on before this, but I think like the soft pink is really beautiful. So that is everything for my first impressions on the Kaleidos Club Nebula palette in collaboration with Angelica Nyqvist. I love it. I am excited by all of the swatches, all of the possible combination. I think this palette is beautiful. I'm so happy for Angie to be able to do a collab with a brand that she loves. She talks about Kaleidos all of the time. The variety in here is truly outstanding. I'm so excited to have my first experiences with a multi-chrome. I think my lids are like so mesmerizing. I know I don't have the best like lighting and camera set up for you to truly see the like peachy to hot pink situation that's on my lids right now, and this inner corner Nova, insane. I don't own an eyeshadow like that at all. It's so multi-dimensional. I can pick up on so many different colors in there. It's honestly blowing my mind. And while this video is not really about the highlighter, just a quick, this is what it looks like on my cheekbones. I'm really impressed with it. I don't think it emphasizes my texture or anything. This is not a full review. I just used it for the first time. So far, super, super excited. Don't forget to let me know in the comments down below if you would like a 3 looks 1 palette around the time of the next restock date. I think that would be the most helpful time frame. Were you able to pick up this palette either when it first launched, or did you just order it on the first restock even though it sold out so quickly? I would love to know. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!